They call me Jacquie Chan. I'm the founder and executive director of Sustainable Tahoe. Before a job relocated me to Lake Tahoe about 25 years ago, I had met a Vietnam vet who had been healing his trauma from the Vietnam War by living out in the old growth rainforest. And he had this practice of training with sticks and stones. It started to make me realize the earth is the gym, the earth gym. Together we built out a practice called the earth gym. And it was amazing to realize that wherever you go out in nature, you can train with the sticks and the stones and the hills and the water. There's an entire incredible gym out in the earth. One day, he wanted to show me a new site in the old growth rainforest up in Washington. He was excited as we raced out into the forest. And I was wondering how cool this was. He'd been talking about it for weeks. Special little gathering spot. Suddenly, he drops to the ground. And he's crying and screaming and grabbing the earth. And I'm just petrified, looking, did he get bit by a snake? I mean, what's happening? Did he fall? Was it a Vietnam flashback? And he's just like, I've never seen this emotional eruption. Screaming, tearing, pounding the ground, sobbing, crying, screaming. And I'm like, what is going on? Finally, he catches himself enough where he just screams out, they took the trees. I look up because I had been fixed on him, and I look ahead to where we were going, and it was a clear cut. They had just cleared out a grove of, it looked like about 30 trees freshly cut. I was speechless. He was still crying, and I realized I don't have that relationship to nature. But there's something that is important here. And it's that awakening that made me think about our relationship with nature. How much pain he felt, not unlike the tribes that come out of the Amazon crying when their forest has been sabotaged so that we could drive cars, when their streams have been polluted. So it was in earnest when a job relocated me up here and I found myself now living in a wildlife habitat that my urban upbringing hadn't prepared me for, that I decided I needed to get to know the land so that I could start to feel a part of it. And I also noticed, living in Lake Tahoe, that there were these enormous problems with tourism that weren't being solved with billions of dollars. So the combination of a lot of other factors led me to form the nonprofit Sustain Tahoe, where we demonstrated that the problem wasn't that visitors leave trash. The problem was how they were invited in and how they could be better connected with the air, the water, the land, the plants, the wildlife, which is the community that creates the culture, and then the heritage. Those 8 worlds, the reason people travel. When you feel connected to the earth, maybe not as deep as my friend who had a hard time recovering from that loss, just like the losses in war. But when you feel connected and a part of the natural world, you will feel it when it's injured. You won't leave trash. So Sustainable Tahoe was about presenting that opportunity. What if the menu of activities for visitors actually connected them so that they would care? And then we build a culture of caring. Then we don't need billions of dollars to clean up because there's no mess. Because when people are connected, they care. And when they care, they share from that value system. That's what we're doing. That's sustaining Tahoe. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to how we live with nature and see our true nature in nature. So wherever you stand, in water or on land, something or someone lives there. By walking softly, a mindful walk, you'll be careful not to harm the wild and all life, and inspired to share some gratitude, to give something back to the air, the water, the land, the plants, the wildlife. Create that community, share that gratitude so that we can create a community that inspires a caring culture. And that will be our heritage to light the way for others that follow. Thank you.